told me. She said it was a mess in there. Um, and she said the cul-de-sac of my uterus had been completely obliterated. I said, okay, that didn't really shake me because at this point I've been really standing on the word for a long time. It was like, okay, but that it's gone. So she gave me a card to an IVF doctor and said, there's nothing else I can do for you. Hadn't really done much research on IVF or anything else at that point because my research was in the word. I had bombarded my heart with the word of God. And so one thing I want to encourage you, I'm not going to tell anybody today whether you should or should not do IVF. But what I'm going to tell you is before you start researching your situation, your disease, if you want to claim it, whatever diagnosis you've been given, or whatever doctor or specialist you should go to, you ought to have more research in the Word of God more than anything else. And so anyway, I go back to work. I'm teaching at this time. I used to be a high school English teacher. So this was the morning before my classes start. And I'm like, well, let me call this IVF doctor. And I pick up the phone and I'm sitting behind my desk and I call the IVF doctor and I'm trying to figure out when I can schedule this first initial consultation appointment with this IVF doctor. And all the appointments were at the time when I would need to be at work because, again, I was a teacher. I need to be at work at 8 a.m. every day. All the appointments were at 8 a.m. And I had missed a ton of work just because I had been in so much pain from the cysts that were just removed. And I was like, I just can't keep missing work. I'm like, at this point, like my wages are going to be garnished. So I hung up the phone like, I'll figure out what I can do and I'll think about this later. And as I hung up the phone, disappointed, and put the phone down, I heard the voice of the Lord say very clearly, I never told you to do that anyway. And so I was like, well, get me together. Okay.